Money, work stress, lack of intimacy, loss of trust, and in-laws are just a few examples of why partners find themselves in an argument. I'm Justin.
I'm Christy.
Welcome to our new channel, Modern Match. Today's part 2 of avoiding arguments.
That's right. And I don't think it doesn't matter how much you love your partner, how good the relationship is, at some point you're going to disagree.
That's for sure.
And I don't think the goal should be never disagree. That's probably impossible. We are two different people, two different opinions, two different culture in our case. But I do think there are some things that you can do to prevent a small disagreements from becoming a big argument.
Like what?
And for example, simply asking your partner, how can I help you? Is there anything that I can do for you? Sometimes we forget to check on the person right next to us. Sometimes they just need to be listened. And another thing is make time for each other. Going for a walk, have a cup of coffee together, talk after the kids go to bed. Whatever works for you, and ask each other, how are we doing? Is there anything that I can do for you, for us? Show your partner that you care and you are really there.
And I think doing stuff like that, your partner is just going to feel seen. And sometimes in a relationship, especially with kids and pets and relatives involved, you get lost in the sauce and you don't feel seen. So that's really good. If you do find yourself in an argument, there is one big tip that I want to impart to you. And that tip is take a 5-minute pause. And in that pause, there's no phones, there's no talking, all right? There's no eye contact, just silence. And when you are in that 5 minutes of silence, your stress hormones automatically lower. Your cognitive clarity increases. And when you're in that pause, you're going to ask yourself, is this really worth talking about? And then when you regroup and engage in that conversation, you're going to lose the emotional momentum that you previously had. So that name calling, being condescending, elevated voice will turn into a meaningful conversation. And at the end of the day, we don't want to hurt our partners, right? Because we don't have to go back and say, hey, look, I'm sorry for what I said, because you can't take back those words, right? So in order never to say those words, that 5-minute pause, if you do it on a regular basis, will just become part of the rhythm of the relationship. So you're going to argue less and have more meaningful conversation and get to the same goal, which is, hey, look, this is my point. I want you to understand this. And then your partner's going to say, okay, this is my point. I want you to understand this. So that's a big takeaway from today's conversation.
Absolutely. And we are not saying that for nothing. We practice that. We just celebrated our first anniversary and we together want to have a beautiful marriage, and both need to put effort in it. So yes.
For sure. And look, if we can do it, okay, we have age gap, we have different cultures, we come from different places, we met online, we're a modern match. If we can do it, you can do it. Be kind.
I love you.
Ciao for now.